Hi friends. Sorry, I'm always recording in this bad light. I'm not really a YouTuber, so I don't have any of those fancy lights that they have for when it's not daytime or things like that. So I just wanted to pop on here and talk a little bit since I've been not, I don't have a lot of Vlogmas content at this point, and I wanted to make sure I at least keep pushing forward. Right now, I'm just sitting here working on a supposed to be Christmas present for a family member. However, it's supposed to be a scarf, and look how far I am. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be finished by Christmas. I'm also not a very quick knitter, so that's another problem. I feel like we really need once in a while somebody to just remind us of the things that we know already that motivate us to keep moving forward. This is something I have to do for myself. I do it for my husband. I do it for my siblings. I do it for my parents. When anyone's in a tough spot, there are things that I remind myself all the time that are helpful to keep pushing towards your goals. Now, one of the things that's super helpful to remember is that if you're the kind of person who does well when you make resolutions for the new year, for example, I highly recommend not waiting until January 1st to get started on those goals, but to get started right now. Start making that healthy habit of really pursuing your dreams today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. In whatever way you can today. So if you're not feeling well and your goal is to eat a certain amount, like you need to eat more, for example, you're just going to slowly try and eat more. Even though you're not feeling well right now, you're going to do what you can towards that goal. Maybe today it's not going to be perfect, but I don't want you to think about that. I want you to put that part out of your mind, like if it's going to be perfect or not. I just want the striving to be there. So that's what I tell myself. That is the first step to being able to change your habit, is by going into action in the moment that you have the idea. So sometimes it's okay to wait. Don't beat yourself up about it if you don't manage it in that moment. But if you do it right now, it begins right now. That's the first step to creating a habit. The other thing about habits is it takes at least 30 days to form a new habit. You may think you've made a new habit after a week because you did something every day, but it's so easy to fall off the wagon after a week or 2 or 3. It really needs to be 4 or 5 weeks of consistent habit creation to instill that new habit. And even so, you may still have to wake up in the morning and remind yourself of what you're working on. That's really helpful, actually, just to reiterate what it is you're working on. To say yes to life today. Waking up in the morning and having that moment really sets you up for your day. It really sets you up in a positive way, in a way that gets your will active, which is what you need when you're creating habits or when you're striving towards a goal. Your goal doesn't have to be related to anything physical. It doesn't have to be about fitness. It doesn't have to be how you're eating. It could be related to how your inner life is functioning, how you react to situations, if you want to change how you react to situations. It could be how you feel about your spiritual life, how you feel like you're meeting that, if you want to change how you're meeting that. It could be how you speak to other people, if you feel like maybe you're not speaking to them how you would love to speak to them. Maybe it's something about communication. I've had this in the past where I've made a goal of being a better communicator, especially because I have a lot of friends and family who are far away from me. I tend to not pick up the phone and give them a call when I should. It'll go months before I speak to someone, and then I'm like, whoa, I haven't talked to this friend in months. And honestly, then it's even harder because you have this part of you that's like, oh, I haven't talked to them in months. How am I possibly going to talk to them now? But I always push through that because I know that's an erroneous thought. The main thing is to re-enter communication. I always feel so much better after that. So it's never too long, just pick up the phone, give a call if it's something to do with communication. Yeah, whatever your goal is, the method is essentially the same. So you can apply this to anything in your life. So this is day 1 of some of my motivation tips for you, and I hope you enjoy. Please let me know if you find any of these tips helpful, and I'll see you again next time.